We would like to welcome Ms. Jenny Macher, Head of the Climate Change Department of Ministry of Environment of Chile. Ms. Macher, you have the floor.
Muchas gracias. Buenos días a todos y buenas noches a
Good morning to everyone. Good evening to everyone in Japan. We're in a new webinar with a new event that celebrates this agreement that we have between Chile and Japan that was signed in 2015 and that intends, as said before, to contribute to our economies growing. Chile has worked on the climate agenda as a priority, not only internationally, but also in the production of national policies. This is why in June this year, we published the climate change law that has as a main purpose to reach emissions neutrality for greenhouse gases and increase the resilience of our country in year 2050, the latest. This is a sample that for Chile, climate action is a state policy. It's centered on scientific evidence and intends to contribute to global goals in the framework, according to the Framework Convention of the United Nations of Climate Change. It also intends to be an articulator for the transformation of the economic model, transiting towards caring for the ecology and the quality of life of people. This we can't accomplish without the constant support of the private sector. We can't do public policy without the constant participation of the private sector. So this is why the agreement that we have with Japan and our participation in the joint credit mechanism is for us one of the clear examples on how the bilateral cooperation can provide and contribute to the decarbonization of our country. This was signed on May 26, 2015 to reach low emissions economies, but through the investment in projects and technology transfer specifically. The JCM is framed in the mechanisms that Chile has to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions. In this case, it's considered an attractive alternative so that the private sector nationally can conduct emissions reduction activities and can support the economic growth of Chile, making it compatible with the need to take care of our environment. For the implementation of this agreement, we established a joint committee, the National Joint Committee, to produce methodological guides for the application, as well as approving the projects that postulate the mechanism and the assignation of carbon credits that correspond. This committee is formed by the ministries of Foreign Relations, Environment, and Energy here in Chile. It's a pleasure for me to open this webinar and leave you in company of the experts that will present the advances and the projects that we have here in Chile. And I am at your service if you have any questions about the involvement of the Environment Ministry in this type of policies. As I said, the implementation of the Agreement of Paris passes not only through the commitment of having ambitious goals, but also implementing actions that specifically can reduce emissions. And JCM, as I said before, is one of these examples. Thank you very much.